I like telling stories.
I need to have some sort of way to get my stories out there.
I think it all started, so my friend from work, at one point, we found out that she had never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So somebody let her borrow it. And that was the last I heard of it. And one day we were out cleaning together and we were driving back from the house and my friend says, "Oh, by the way, I finally watched Rocky Horror Picture Show." And I was like, "Oh." And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like,
So?
"Nothing will ever be the same, will it?" She was like, "Nope.
Different world.
Your life is different now." But then, so she ended up finding this movie, Hobo with a Shotgun, and I feel like after having watched Rocky Horror, she assumed it would be something that I would like.
Right.
So I watched it. And it's fantastic. It's like action gore, like gory for no reason. Yeah, just like absurdly everything. And so it's a comedy, and it's hilarious. But there's one scene in it where he is, your main character is a hobo. Okay? And he moves into this town. And this is like a really corrupt town ran by these people that just murder everybody. And that's how life is there.
Right.
So he gets this plan that he's going to go and buy a lawnmower. And then he can start... So he can start mowing lawns and start making money and start bettering himself. Okay. And so he's trying to get this lawnmower. So he starts getting the classic cardboard sign, and he's writing signs, "Need money for a lawnmower, blah, blah, blah." And he rips that one up, and then he writes another one, and he kind of looks at it, and then it finally shows it, and what he's written is, "I'm tired." And that is sad. Like, in this whole movie, that's almost what makes that movie brilliant, is that was a sad moment. But it was sad on purpose, and it really hurt my heart to see that, because I know what that's like, to just be tired, and to know that you have a struggle in front of me, and you're going to do it.
You're going to have to.
But it doesn't stop you from just being too tired to really deal with that right now. So, with that story in the background, and that heartbreak there, we fast forward to December 31st, 2014. And it's New Year's Eve, and me and my husband are driving from one of our friends. We went to my friend Tracy's house first, and hung out there for a couple hours, and then we were driving to our friend Mary and Aaron's house to watch the ball drop. And as we're going, and we live in Georgia, and right now it's November, and it's 70 degrees outside, but this December 31st was very cold, and biting cold, like up north cold, which I'm from up north, and I'm not used to it anymore. It's not any fun.
Yeah.
And as we're driving, we're at a red light, and I look across the street, there's a gas station over here, and on the other side of the street from the gas station is a gentleman bundled up as tight as he can with a sign that just says, "Help me." And that hurts, because it's cold, and I'm not a cold-natured person. I like it to be very warm, and so that was already bothering me, that he was standing out there in the cold. And then that sign, not asking for anything specific, not asking for money, not asking for food, not asking for anything, just help me. Like, oh. And then the worst part of that story is, then we drove past him, and we went to our party. And I was thinking, because I think I'd already taken a couple shots, and in my head I was like, well, when we leave and we come back this way, I'm going to go to the gas station and tell that guy to come inside and pick whatever he wants. And I didn't have any cash on me, but I have a debit card, so we'll buy it. And then as we're leaving, I realized we don't take the same route home, because we're not going to the same place. And I realized that we're not going to go back. And then I didn't do anything. And from that point, I decide I don't care. I can't do that anymore. I can't see somebody with a sign anymore. I don't care what they're going to do with it. I can't do that anymore. And so I dig out all of our quarters, and I take a brown paper bag, and I put $5 worth of quarters in there, and wrap it up and I tape it up and I have it like an envelope and I put it in my car. And so I've got $5 in my car, so I never have to deal with that again. So I don't even know how long it was that I had it in my car. A little while later I was at work and we would park on Broad Street and have to bring all of our equipment out to our cars, and it would take us a couple trips. And so I'm going on one of my trips with all of my cleaning equipment, and I see this gentleman who's been walking around town for a long time, or for the past couple months, so I'm familiar with him, and I know he's there, and I know he's homeless. And as he's walking, my natural instinct is to just slightly look to the right. So it's not like I'm not looking forward, I'm just happening to look over there. And my thought process is, oh, brother, like, I don't have any money, I'm broke. Too, like, if I could, I would. And then I remembered I had $5 in my car. And then I got really excited about it. And I was like, I hope he does ask. And so I look right at him. And I feel like he had been looking at me. And my eyes shot towards him. And I looked at him and smiled. And his eyes immediately went away. And I realized that not a lot of people look at him. And probably everybody is doing what I'm doing by slightly looking a little more to the right. And praying he doesn't ask because I don't have that right now. And then that hurt me a lot. The idea that that's what happens, like especially in small towns like this, is that gentleman was so not used to being looked at that when I looked at him, he instantly shot away. Like, that's heartbreaking. And I don't think that that's something that should happen. I can't imagine the level of depression that would bring walking around a city and having people not look at you. And so, also, that gentleman did not ask me more for my $5. That gentleman kept walking. Had his eyes dart away from me and then kept walking the whole time. And so I'm stuck with this thought. So now I go to the next thing I remember is going to a gas station and seeing two gentlemen sitting outside with a couple bags with them. Not like grocery bags you just walked outside of the gas station with, just bags that they carry all their stuff with. And so, of course, I look at them, and I wave at them. And it kind of takes them off guard, you can tell, and they wave back. And they didn't ask me for my $5. And I went a couple months looking at every person I could, and smiling, and acknowledging their existence. And finally, I was going somewhere on a quote for work maybe, or somewhere, and I saw a Shriner standing outside with a bucket. And that guy was asking for money, so I gave him my first $5. And then whenever I run out, eventually I replace it. And then I have $5 more in my car. And the interesting thing about it is now when I give the $5 away and I see somebody else, and if they do ask for money, I still look at them and I can say, man, I usually try to keep $5. And I'm sorry, I just don't have it today. Like, but hello. And I see you there. Like, I want to eventually start putting, like, cards to help resources in there. So if I say, here's this, and there's a list, or cards of people that might can help them, at least so they have some sort of resources. How negative that one aspect would be in your lifetime. Like, loneliness is serious. Like, they talk about it on the news now that it's as big a health problem as smoking, being lonely. And walking around a crowd of people, or walking down a street of people shopping on a Saturday, and not even having them look at you. Like, it's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much. And maybe that is just one negativity in the world that we can just eradicate. Just everybody put $5 in your car. $1 in your car. That's designated for the person that asks you for it. And then even if you don't have that dollar, you can still look at them.